Why use New Vet Plus? Strengthens the immune system, promotes healthy skin and coat, supports healthy eyes and ears, and safe for pets of all ages. Use my code for the discount.
Welcome to NWA Cane Corsos podcast, where we talk all things dogs.
I'm the true champion, and they make me the underdog. I'm gonna show them all they're wrong because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me.
Strong, loyal, and often misunderstood. Today, we are taking a closer look at one of the most talked about breeds in the dog world, the American Pitbull Terrier. None of the discussion today is meant to encourage or condone any illegal activities that the dogs may have been involved in. However, the dog's breed history does lead back to that of the blood sports. The American Pitbull Terrier traces its roots back to 19th century England, where bulldogs and terriers were crossed to create a dog with strength, agility, and determination. Originally bred for bull baiting and later pitting against other dogs and rats, these dogs eventually came to America from a province of England known as Staffordshire, where they became known for their loyalty, work ethic, and companionship. The appearance of the American Pitbull Terrier. Pit bulls are a medium-sized, muscular, and athletic dog. They typically weigh between 30 and 65 pounds, with a short, glossy coat that comes in almost every color, with the exception of Merle, and today's breed enthusiasts also question the color blue. Their strong build, however, is balanced by a surprisingly agile and graceful movement. The temperament of the American Pitbull Terrier. Despite their tough reputation, pit bulls are known for their affectionate and people-oriented nature. They thrive on human interaction and are often described as clowns for their playful personalities. With the right upbringing and a loyal and gentle family, the dogs can make great family pets. Training and exercise. Pit bulls are intelligent and eager to please, but they do need consistent training and socialization at an early age. They also have plenty of energy, so daily exercise is a must. Long walks, play sessions, and even agility sports are great ways to keep these dogs healthy. Tools that are commonly used with the American Pitbull Terrier are the spring pole, the flirt pole, the slap mill, swimming, road work, long hand walks, biking, hiking, and more. For care and grooming. Grooming and vet visits. Thanks to their short coat, grooming is simple. Just regular brushing and occasional baths. Like all breeds, they can be prone to certain health conditions such as hip dysplasia, allergies, and heart disease, so routine vet checkups are important. Breed misconceptions. Misconceptions and advocacy for the loving pit bulls and their families are as such. Pit bulls often face unfair stereotypes, but the truth is they are not inherently aggressive toward human beings. They were bred to be specifically animal aggressive. However, through different and various breeding practices, some dogs do not have the genetic makeup to retain their non-human aggressive status. With responsible ownership and proper training and lots of love, these dogs can make incredible companions, therapy dogs, and family pets. The American Pit Bull Terrier is a strong and loyal dog, full of heart. When given the care and respect they deserve, they return it tenfold. What do you think is the purpose for this breed today? The American Pitbull Terrier is a dog that has been bred for several years through what is known as selective breeding. By utilizing selective breeding, the American Pitbull Terrier that we have today has retained a quality known as gameness. While I am only going to give you an overview of gameness, it is imperative that you look into certain articles and artifacts from the breed history, such as Breeding the American Pitbull Terrier by Richard Garcia. This is the American Pitbull Terrier by Richard F. Stratton. My Life with the Game Dogs by James Crenshaw, and a host of other books that explain the quality of gameness that I'm going to speak on here today. Gameness is a trait or quality that means that the dog in question will not give up regardless of the threat of harm to itself or the loss of its own life. The dog must stay engaged in the activity that it is engaged in, whether it be combating other dogs, hunting hogs in the woods, doing protection work, or any other job that has been given to the American Pitbull Terrier by its owners. The lack of gameness is used to determine which dogs are broodstock quality and which dogs are not broodstock quality. Broodstock being dogs that are going to be used to propagate the next generation of the American Pitbull Terrier. While dog fighting and ratting and bull baiting are illegal in today's society, the act of hog hunting is a great way to test the gameness of an American Pitbull Terrier. Samurai Kennels believes that protection work is a secondary trait of gameness. In Mr. Richard F. Stratton's book, This is the American Pitbull Terrier, he states that the only good protection pit bull is a pit bull that is game. The way I use gameness is the very embodiment of Old Glory, the American flag. The willingness to fight when all hope is lost and to stand up against tyrannical natures. This is why the American Pitbull Terrier to me represents the American people better than any other breed to date. The dog is tenacious and will fight to the end. Just as we did in the Revolutionary War, the French and Indian War, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, and a score of other wars that I want to mention here. The American Pitbull Terrier is built in blood. The blood and valor of the American people. This dog, in any neighborhood, in any type of society, whether it be high-end or low-end, high-end middle class, low middle class, rich or poor, represents the American spirit. The dog is very, very athletic and requires a lot of attention. Because of the dog's need for exercise, there are a lot of accidents that happen simply because the dog is underworked and overstimulated. If you are going to own the American Pitbull Terrier, it is essential that you understand the breed's history and lineage, and understand that while some dogs can play comfortably with other dogs, it is in the breed's nature to be animal aggressive and to want to destroy anything on four legs. Additionally, the invention of the break stick is a tool used to separate two dogs before they cause serious injury to other dogs. It is essential that all American Pitbull Terrier owners own a break stick. And while I'm speaking on the break stick, it is not selective to just the American Pitbull Terrier. Any dog owner that has a dog that can inflict serious harm to another human being, property, or an animal should own and know how to operate a breaking stick. The American Pitbull Terrier scores very high in athletics. The dog can be used for protection work, however, there are other breeds that are more suitable for the protection work. In today's society, there are some breeders who breed lines specifically for protection work, and if you're going to get involved in protection work with the American Pitbull Terrier, I highly encourage you to speak with an expert and go to a breeder who specifically has the skill sets and ideologies needed to get you a very, very balanced family protection dog. If you're going to use the breed as a family pet, it is still essential that you understand the breed history so that you can exercise your dog appropriately and ensure that they are getting the energy expended that they needed for you to have a very, very nice and healthy looking couch potato. The dogs are a Velcro breed, and they do want to be with their human. They don't always do well in packs, so if you're going to have multiple American Pitbull Terriers, you need to understand the concepts of a chain setup, a kennel run, crate training your dog, and proper supervision when the dogs are running loose around the house. Each owner also has an innate responsibility that when they go to dog parks and public locations to keep the dog well away from other dogs that might stimulate the fight drive that this dog has. Once the American Terrier starts, it's like a box of Pringles. It just can't stop. If you have never seen an American Pit Bull Terrier attack, don't worry, Google has you covered. They over-popularized the attacks of American Pit Bull Terriers by labeling them as an umbrella breed, including the American Bully, the Dogo Argentino, the American Staffordshire Terrier, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the English Bull Terrier, and the American Bulldog. While all of these dogs innately have some of the Bull and Terrier qualities, the American Pit Bull Terrier sets itself apart. As I mentioned earlier, the quality of gameness is what this specific breed was propagated on and built upon. While the other breeds have athleticism, agility, ability, and intelligence, as well as loyalty, they simply don't possess the gameness and the droves that the American Pit Bull Terrier does possess. This is not to demean or degrade the qualities of the other breeds, but today we're talking about the American Pit Bull Terrier. The American Pit Bull Terrier has several ways that it can be shown in a positive light. If you would like to get involved in the positivity and upbringing of the breed, some of the most popular activities to do today are dog shows. There are several registries that have dog shows for the American Pit Bull Terrier. Some of the more popular registries are the ADBA, the American Dog Breeders Association. You can find them on Google, as well as the UKC, United Kennel Club, and the APDR, the American Preservation Dog Registry. With each of these registries, dogs are selected based upon their conformational soundness and ability to meet the breed criteria mentioned earlier. If you would like to get involved with any of these registries, you must first purchase an animal that was bred by and the records maintained on the history and lineage of these dogs by that respective registry. Additionally, after maintaining a dog that meets the breed registry requirements, you must then compete in front of judges for the dog that best represents the breed of today. At these shows, there are also some performance competitions involved that you can get involved in as well. Some of the performance competitions are lure races, slat mill races, weight pull, and wall climb. Each one of these activities taps into their natural physical abilities that was bred into the fighting dogs of the past. It does not represent what the fighting dog represented then, but it is an ode to the efforts that were put in by many great breeders of the past. If you would like to get involved in these activities, there are several YouTube channels that you can check out, as well as books, social media sites, and websites for these individual entities. I highly encourage pit bull owners and pit bull fanciers alike to rewatch this video and ensure that if there are any questions, you reach out to NWA Cane Corsos and Samurai Canine for more details. Thank you for watching. This is the American Pit Bull Terrier in 2025. What are you going to do with it?